Hello, I'm Mistress M. Now, first question this week is we had a young lesbian write in and ask about safe sex tips. Now it's an interesting one because of course if you talk to Vic AIDS and get one of their safe sex kits, they actually provide a dental dam, a plastic glove and a condom. The reason for this being is that presumably lesbians when practicing oral sex should be using the dental dam to protect themselves. When using sex toys they should be using the condom on it to protect themselves and keep the toys clean, remember last week? And the glove as well for when you're actually fingering your partner. Now the reality is though, on the whole, lesbians tend not to have so many problems with sexually transmitted diseases. It's just purely a physical thing. As far as AIDS go, AIDS is transferred more frequently when there is lesions or extreme exchange of bodily fluids. So with the lesbians they tend not to exchange quite as many, there tend not to be as many tears if they're careful with each other and keep their fingernails nice and short. So basically, yeah, it's great that you're interested and questioning about the safe sex, and you should practice it if you don't know the person. But at the same time, look, my favourite thing is there was once a lesbian speaker at a conference and she was talking about the fact that the Catholic Church was saying that AIDS was God's retribution on homosexuals because obviously it was prevalent in the homosexual community at that time and in communities where people were promiscuous, so they were saying it was God's curse on the bad people. And as the rate of AIDS within the lesbian community is pretty much non-existent, obviously lesbians are God's chosen people. Alright, another question that's come up is one of the ladies wants to know, how much should you tell your partner about your sexual history? Well, quite frankly, this is a tricky subject because I advocate honesty and open communication in all your sexual relations with people. I think it's healthy and responsible to own up to who you are and what you're doing and let people know. But when it comes to men and their egos, this one, unfortunately, lie through your teeth, ladies. Pretend you're a fucking virgin because, quite frankly, most men's egos cannot cope with the fact that you may possibly have had more partners than they have. Find out how many partners they've had. They're now exaggerating by 2 times as much, maybe 3 times as much, so you'll want to minimise yours by at least 3 to 4 times. Alright? That's a good ratio to go by. The more of a stud the guy is, the more threatened he'll be by the fact that you might also have had your fair share of partners. I've actually come across someone who's actually stopped someone mid-head job because it was too good. Asked the lady where she learnt that, with the insinuation that only a prostitute would give head like that. Obviously he would know because that's the only place he'd ever got head like that before. So, you know, minimise your experience, minimise your understanding if the guy's a tool. But you know what, then again, I say all that. Occasionally you'll come across a really decent guy who doesn't have any issues, and he might be just the guy for you that can cope with who you really are. So, it's up to you ladies. If it's a one-night stand, lie through your teeth. If you want to have a relationship with someone, be honest. Either way, enjoy and be proud of who you are. I've been Mistress M and you've been awesome. Keep the questions coming because I really enjoy hearing them. I don't know if I can answer every single question that you guys have got out there, but believe me, I enjoy trying. Okay, one last question was somebody wanted advice of if they should ever end up on the Starship Enterprise, who should they go for first? Well, ladies, that's a really easy one. Picard will probably be busy with all the others that are trying to get to him, so I'd suggest you go for Data. After all, he's programmed in multiple ways of pleasuring, and he has an off switch.